Madam President, just imagine it's Tuesday night in October. The shuffle of shoes screech across the waxed court, the buzzer sounds, and the crowd erupts and cheers as the home team scores the winning point. Clinching the first place title, the home team gathers at center court. Each player grinning from ear to ear, the excitement is tangible. It was a hard-fought season and a well-earned first place title. The trophy is presented, pictures are taken, and team members high-five each other as fans charge the court to congratulate the winning team. What I just described are the final seconds of a high school girls basketball game. Those who have witnessed a buzzer beater win knows there's nothing like it. For the players, the fans, the parents, and all involved, it is a prized moment and a memory that will never be forgotten. But it is not just a memory, it is a valuable learning experience. Over the span of a year, teammates dedicate hundreds of hours of late night and early morning practices. They overcome conflicts. They work together. They practice self-discipline. They practice their craft. And they knew if they gave it all, they would have a chance to be victorious with all this hard work and effort. I saw these learning experiences unfold time and time again throughout my 40-year career as a coach, educator, and mentor. A great deal has changed in the world of women's athletics since I began my career coaching high school girls basketball almost 40 years ago. What an experience. Almost 50 years ago, female athletes received less than 2% of college athletic budgets, and athletic scholarships for women were virtually non-existent. Only 1 in 27 girls participated in intercollegiate sports in the United States 50 years ago. 1 in 27. Since the 1970s, female participation in sports at the collegiate level has risen by more than 600%. And today, 43% of the high school girls that we have in school today participate in sports, up from 5% 50 years ago. These strides in women's athletics did not just happen by circumstance. They are a result of Title IX protections passed by Congress in 1972 in this very room where we are today. Title IX provided females a long-denied platform that had always been afforded to males only. It ensured female athletes had the same access to funding, facilities, and athletic scholarships. That was Title IX. It is an unquestionable truth that biological males have a physiological advantage over females. Title IX acknowledged that truth for the benefit of women's athletics. To break it down even more, one study states, quote, on average, males have 50% greater upper limb strength, 20 to 40% lower limb strength, and an average of 12 pounds more skeletal muscle than age-matched females at any given body weight. Title IX sent an incredible message to female athletes across the nation. That message was, you can compete. You can win. And you will be afforded a fair and level playing field to do so. Because of these reasons, decades later, we know Title IX has been a monumental success for female athletes across this country. As the 50th anniversary of Title IX approaches, At the end of this month, we should be celebrating female athletes who were given the opportunity to win first place, to learn the life lessons sports teaches each individual, and to overcome obstacles and reach their God-given potential. We should be asking ourselves how we can preserve Title IX so female athletes 50 years from now can experience the same euphoric feeling of hard work and hard-earned victory. But unfortunately, with the Biden administration's proposal, as of the next few weeks, we will lose Title IX protections for female athletes as we know it. Later this month, it is expected that President Biden's Department of Education will publish a proposed rule to change Title IX to align more with the administration's progressive agenda. These proposed changes would require schools to allow biological males to compete in women's sports. It would take a wrecking ball to the 5 decades of Title IX success and tilt what was a level playing field to the far left. With the Biden administration's proposal, female athletes will lose. We cannot allow Title IX's protections for female athletes to be eroded. It's been too much of a success. And I plan to continue leading efforts against this misguided policy to ensure no federal action will negatively impact female athletes. Recently, I have spoken with numerous female athletes who were able to compete and win because of Title IX. Additionally, I introduced an amendment to prohibit federal funding to schools that allow biological males to compete in women's sports. I have also repeatedly called for the Senate to pass the Protection of Women and Girls Sports Act, legislation I helped introduce that would ensure the definition of sex in Title IX is based on solely a person's reproductive biology and genetics at birth, and prohibit federal funding to institutions that do not uphold that definition. And just last week, I sent a letter to the United States Department of Education, Secretary Cardona, warning the administration to rethink this rule change. The Biden administration's Title IX rule flies in the face of the so-called science that Democrats are quick to pledge their allegiance to by ignoring scientific differences in biological makeup of male and female athletes. Apparently, science only holds water when it conforms to Democrats' partisan agenda. Allowing biological males to compete in women's sports will set women's rights back 50 years to a time before Title IX. It will discourage young girls from entering the court, jumping in the pool, walking on the field, because they will know they will have to compete with the deck stacked against them. They can only hope to win second place at best. So the bottom line is that there is really no pregame speech or halftime talk you can give to a woman or a girl who feels like they aren't competing on a fair playing field like 50 years ago. With this proposed rule, girls will be playing for second. The Biden administration should do the right thing and think and rethink their decision that would destroy female athletics as we know it today.